What do you want to know about the coming global... Yes.
Before you say that.
Dude, I'm fucking ready, dude. So, oh shit, you want to get me started on UFOs?
But just that one story.
All right. Well, I have a friend that's been working to out like the secrecy of UFOs for like 10 years. And I met up with him on the East Coast, and I asked him what he was doing, wondering if there's anything I could do to help or whatever, and he spent 10 years filming like over 500 top secret witnesses that work for the government. And they all work for like, you know, everywhere from CIA to Lockheed Martin to Boeing Corporation to the Defense Intelligence Agency, the NSA, and the NRO. These are all like spy agencies and stuff, and all these people are talking and they're on camera because they understand that this videotape is what's going to get them to be able to testify in front of Congress. And so they're all talking about a lot of things about aliens and UFOs, from people that were in charge of like our whole nuclear missile inventory. They were in charge, people that worked at like NORAD and all this stuff. And this one guy's talking because he used to work for the Air Force, and they're called the Blue Berets, and they work for a nuclear like cleanup task force. And so they get these pages and they'd fly all over the earth, and if there was like a nuclear warhead that's leaking or something's going wrong, they were the only ones that had top secret clearance high enough to like fix and contain the area where our own nuclear weapons are, because like no one's allowed to see them. But he was one of a few people that would get his page and they'd fly across wherever the continent or whatever, and they would land, and instead of there being like a nuclear warhead, there would be like a crashed UFO and alien bodies and stuff. And he was on this crash retrieval team, and he talks about all these stories that he used to get bodies and the actual hardware, and he was the one that was responsible for make sure it gets shipped down to like Wright-Patterson Air Force Base and to the Nevada test range where Area 51 is and stuff. And he talks of another time where he was in the Pentagon. This is the story you want to hear. Where he's at the Pentagon, and his boss comes into him and takes him into a certain area where they go down these stairs to an elevator. Go down the elevator about, he said, probably like 6 or 7 stories underneath the Pentagon. They got out and they walked down this big long white tunnel, and they walk down that. They get in this little car, and the car goes, he didn't say, he said it went like really fast for I think 20 minutes underground. They get out and they walk through another white tunnel, and his boss looked at him and said something. He said something like, "Things aren't always like as they seem," or something. It sounds like a movie, but this guy's like testifying on camera, and pushes him through these 2 double doors. And at that time, he's going, "Why is this guy fucking around?" It's actually kind of probably, it's making me mad. That's what I think he was thinking. But he fell this time after he kind of pushed him, and he got up, and then he saw like this desk, and he saw 2 military officers. And right in the middle on this desk was this little short human being looking type of thing with bigger black eyes. And he said instantly every like little bit of emotion, fear, pain, like happiness, everything came out at the exact same time. And I don't know. And then he woke up in his boss's office, and his boss was trying to make him say that it never happened. But he did that, and has spent his whole career working with like these beings and stuff, and he's testifying on camera. Fuck, I should take you in another room and show you my little collection of UFO books and videos. The testimonies of all the people on these tapes here. And all the people on those tapes comprise like, there's 136 hours of interviews of people testifying about their jobs that dealt with aliens in the military. My rad like books on the secret architecture of our nation's capital. The whole thing's set up, it's all creepy. It's weird. I have the JFK assassination book. The CIA and the mob killed one of the best presidents of all time. I have it in this book. It's crazy.
Can you believe it?
I know so.
How do you
Evidence is there, dude.
Give me 2 pieces of evidence.
2 pieces of evidence?
Yeah.
That his brain was missing when he went to the hospital, and then the doctors weren't allowed to do any kind of like weird examinations because all the generals shut them down. You know why? Because there's other bullet holes in the guy's body because there's more than one shooter. It's crazy. They talk about everything. The architects of the underworld, it's all about the monuments and pyramids on Mars and the mathematical, geometrical shapes and see, there's all these pyramids and stuff on Mars, and they make all these weird, like, angles and stuff, but those angles are the key to tetrahedral physics. And once you understand the science of that, that's the secret to space travel and time travel. And what's even more interesting, the big defense contractor that does all the UFO stuff, like for the military and the government, is in La Jolla. And out in front of their building, they have two 8-foot-tall Egyptian statues. And one is holding a pyramid in his hand, and it says the past. And one's holding a pyramid in his hand, and it says the future. And they're big bronze statues in front of this company. In this company, I have on one of these tapes a girl testifying how they put billions of dollars or millions of dollars into UFO-related programs, and they create them, and they're fake. So when they get audited by the General Accounting Office of the United States government, it just looks like all the money's going into fucking more helicopters, but it's really going into, like, UFO-related programs. And there's Egyptians in front of the building, dude holding pyramids and saying the past and the future. I have people from the government talking about aliens. They're fucking real, you son of a bitch.